When it comes to hiring a virtual assistant, obviously if you're hiring direct, what's up guys, Becca here. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is all about a virtual assistant and what you need to be covering before you go out and hire one. So I'm going to go through 3 basic steps, and along the way I'm going to throw in just some advice and some hot tips that I found out along the way as well. Before we jump in, for all things VAs, scaling, outsourcing, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. So my recruitment team and I, we screen hundreds of applicants for virtual assistant positions every single week. We have literally spent hours, days, weeks optimizing and innovating our process, and I'm going to share that all with you guys today, so you probably won't need to go out and watch a bunch of other videos. It's going to be 3 really simple steps. Number 1 of this 3-step process is get really clear on what you want to actually delegate. So you're here to hire a virtual assistant. You're either thinking about it or maybe you've got one and you're figuring out what to do from here. The first step is to actually figure out and gain super clear clarity on what you want to outsource first, because you want to be looking at, do you need a generalist VA or do you need someone in a specialist role? And so if you gain clarity on the position that you're actually looking to fill, because you might say, oh, I need some help with Facebook posts, I need some help with responding to emails, I need some help with customer service. Those are all like technically 3 specialties, and so you've got to figure out what level of responsibility do you want this person to have, and you could fit that person into one role and have them perhaps more as a generalist. Otherwise, if you are looking for a more specialized approach to certain things, then you'll be looking at more of a specialist role. So for this, you need to figure out and write down all of the processes you currently have in your business. You know, be old-fashioned, go out and get a piece of pen and paper and write down all your processes. If you're like me, I ain't got time for the paper. I just like to get it all on the computer, on the laptop. It's just my clean efficiency coming out in me, because I know I'm going to be sharing it with someone else. So do whatever you need to do. Write down your processes. And with these processes, you want to be kind of categorizing them. So categorize them into what you love and what you should be doing, what you can automate, and then thirdly, what you can potentially outsource to a virtual coworker. If you need help and this whole part of gaining clarity is making your head explode right now and you don't know where to start, I would highly recommend you download my delegation cheat sheet. There is a bunch of stuff in there that you can go through. I've categorized it and broken it down so it's really digestible for you, and that will definitely help you gain clarity on what you should be outsourcing or delegating first in your business. Number 2 is crunch your numbers. This sounds so basic, but before you hire a virtual assistant, or even if you have one now, you should be thinking about how much of an overhead this is for you. Crunching your numbers, you would be so surprised how many people I hop on a sales call with and they have no idea about what their budget is. Even worse, we've had clients that we've signed on and then 2 weeks later when they get billed, they're like, oh, I didn't realize it was going to be that much. And I was like, well, hourly rate times how many hours you want them for, that's your outlay. That's going to be an overhead expense for you. And if you are looking to hire a virtual assistant, the chances are you are looking for some ongoing support, right? Like, we're so busy, we've got things to do, we need support. So crunch your numbers and budget. If you're looking at someone from the Philippines working remotely, $10 an hour, say social media manager, and you want them for 20 part-time hours, that's going to be $200. $10 times 20 hours equals $200 every single week. You know, one of your overheads now is going to be $800 every single month. It's not fair to the person that you're hiring that you don't crunch your numbers. And if you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. You should understand those fundamental basics of your business to know where you should be putting your time and energy as well. And like I was saying, it's not fair if you hire someone and then 2 weeks later you're like, oh shit, I can't afford to pay them. You should have at least enough money in your bank for 3 months to be able to continually pay that person, if not know that it's coming in from your business. Okay, number 3 is recruitment, and this is a little more specialized. So when it comes to hiring a virtual assistant, if you are hiring directly yourself, obviously in that case you are going to become now now the recruiter and also the HR person, human resources. People that hire directly, generally, you might have a bit more time up your sleeves. Now, if you go through a company, this is what me and my business do, the Speed Up Code. Go check us out if you are looking for support. If you're looking to go through a company, yes, you pay a slightly higher hourly rate, but essentially you get the recruitment and all of the HR, all that heavy lifting done for you. So it really depends on your own specific circumstances and your position. If you are time poor and you just want someone to do it for you and give you like their top lineup and put it in front of you, all you got to do is rock up to the interviews, then go through a company like the Speed Up Code. If you're hiring directly, maybe you've got some more time up your sleeves, you're on a budget as well, then I would recommend going through onlinejobs.ph. That's where we do some of our recruiting as well. It's a fantastic platform. It's mostly Filipino virtual assistants on that platform, and you can go to places like Upwork and Fiverr. I tend to use those for more project-based gigs. Onlinejobs.ph is a good place to start. Just know that you have to pay a monthly subscription fee for that as well. And obviously when you put out a job description or a job advert, there is going to be probably hundreds of people that apply as well. So just take into account the hours, if not days, that's going to go into that, to actually combing through and finding those people. I'm not going to dive too deep into the recruitment side right in this video here, because this is just a brief and I wanted to go through those steps with you. If you do want to dive a little deeper, go check out this video, Hiring a Virtual Assistant 101, and that does a little deep dive, and there's a bit of a template in there as well to help you on that recruitment side. Now, just a couple of hot tips. One thing is figure out how many hours you want this person for. That's really important. I know it can be a little bit ambiguous and sort of like a read between the lines situation. You might not be sure, but just think about what are you doing right now and how long is it taking you to do this in your business, and you can get a bit of an idea. One of my first hires was a social media manager because I was growing my business through social media marketing. And so what I did was figure out, okay, well, how many hours am I spending on social media marketing right now, and how much extra would it take to actually improve what I'm doing already? So my first hire was for about 20 hours. So just crunch some of those numbers as well. That's going to be really important when you are hiring. You don't have to be super strict with I'm hiring for 20 hours. You might say, okay, 20 to 30 or 15 to 20. I personally wouldn't recommend hiring for any less than 15 in our agency, and with the hundreds of applicants we've screened and with the 70 odd staff that we have, I have learned that going below 15 hours, it gets a little bit tricky. There just isn't enough time to get done what needs to be done. So 15 hours is sort of that sweet starting point. I would definitely start at 15 if you're looking to hire part-time. Now, my other hot tip here is I want you to think about the skills and experience. Yes, that's important, but think about the qualities in this person as well. And this is what we do with our recruitment process. It's really holistic, and we're actually looking to value match. So we're looking at, we have a lot of coaches and consultants that we work with, and say if we've got a health coach, we've got a health coach, and obviously they're really into health and wellness and looking after their body and treating it like a temple and all of that jazz. We're not going to go and find a VA that eats Maccas 3 times a day and line them up with them, because it's just a misalignment of values there. And ultimately what we want to do is we want to create prosperous relationship. You want, much like with your clients, the best way to keep your clients is by building rapport. It's the same with your staff. The best way to keep your staff happy and loyal and dedicated to you is by building up rapport with them. And the best way to do that is if you like them and if you have some alignment of values and you have some things in common as well. So actually look at the qualities that you're looking for in someone as well when you go out and you hire, or if you're going through a company, just mentioning those things. This is something we always take into account when we onboard our new clients. So that just about wraps it up here, guys, and I hope this video has been valuable. I know I've gone through a lot in a short amount of time. Please hit like and subscribe if you have got something out of this. It helps me to reach more people like you. If you do want to know more about this as well, I have a free community. It's a Facebook group. You are more than welcome to join if it feels good for you. I'll leave the link below in the description. My next video is going to be all about how virtual assistants can help your business. So if you want to get that one, then be sure to hit the bell to be notified when that video comes out. And in the meantime, you can check out a couple of these videos. I feel like you'll get some value out of those as well. It's a similar relevant topic. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one.